Hi, my name is Rob, and I'm a 60-year-old mountain biker from Colorado, and this is my journey to the Leadville 100 mountain bike race on August 9th, 2025. Today is August 10th, 2025, and I want to do a recap of the race yesterday. I'm back. It's Sunday morning. I'm up at Copper, back at our place, getting ready to leave to go home. I have to travel for work this week. Race yesterday was more difficult than I remember, and I think that's why people do it more than one time, because you forget how difficult it is and how much you have to literally dig deep to finish that race. Ask the pros. It's tough for anybody. It's just the duration of the suffering is the only really difference in everybody's experience. So we got up at 3:30. It's about a 30-minute drive from Copper over to Leadville, and got up at 3:30. Got going around 4:15. Yeah, maybe a little bit later than that. I think we got up to Leadville around 5:15, so maybe left about half an hour later than that. But anyway, we got up there. I had already reconned a parking spot. That was a couple blocks from the starting line. The starting line's at 6th and Harrison for the full race, and the corrals progressively move forward towards the line, and then they release them. The pros, elite men and women. Elite men went at 6. Elite women went at 6:10, and then they let the corrals go. And I think there's 9 corrals now. And I was in the orange corral, which is 5th, and that put me in a good spot. Overall, the biggest choke point in the beginning is St. Kevin's. So we released out at 6:40, the orange corral, and I was deliberately trying to stay in my pacing that I learned from the stage race, and I wasn't going too hard. It's kind of keeping moderate pace, moderate heart rate up St. Kevin's, no issues there. And went over St. Kevin's, down around Turquoise Lake, had a decent pace going up Sugarloaf, had a good descent down the Sugarloaf and Powerline, got onto the flats and met Tara at Pipeline. At that point, I was feeling pretty good overall, and I was drinking as much as I could. I was using Scratch ultra high carb drink mix. Little more difficult than I expected that to be. Kind of bloated me, and I didn't feel like eating any food or anything while I was racing. So more on that in the later part of the story. I got from there. I rode through Pipeline and out to Twin Lakes. I had my friend Al, a neighbor of mine. He was crewing for me at the Lost Canyon road that goes up into Coline at the alternate aid station. And I put him there. I actually staked out if you're doing this later, I staked out a spot on Thursday afternoon, and the crew team, the race team, came in and pulled it out. You're not supposed to set up before 11 on Friday. So my mistake. Fortunately, they rolled up his tarpon tent and put it over at Twin Lakes, and he found it. So we didn't lose it, but he had a good spot for me. And he and Tara were communicating by text back and forth because I wasn't answering the phone or obviously checking text messages while I was riding. But I didn't need anything when I got to the bottom of Coline. My bottles were full. My bladder, I hadn't consumed too much of it. So I went and hit Coline, and the goat trail was an absolute traffic jam. It's like driving home in a snowstorm from the mountains in the winter. Everybody was walking. I probably walked a mile. No way to pass, no way to get around people. Everybody's walking slow. And areas where even you could ride, people were off their bikes. and walking. So it slowed me down quite a bit, slowed everybody down, not just me. I hit the turnaround time, or the turnaround, and got going back down. A good descent, no real issues, a little slow, which is not uncommon at the top, going down the goat trail, just because it's narrow 2-lane, and if you get somebody slow in front of you, it's hard to get somebody, it's hard to get past somebody until you hit the top of the Forest Service Road, and then it's pretty good. I mean, there were still there's still tons of people coming up, but got down. I totally topped off at the bottom with Al. New water bottles, new scratch, new bladder. I grabbed a gel at the top and ate it, so I didn't need another one at the bottom. And literally, as soon as I ate any of that scratch, it was kind of, again, making me bloat and uncomfortable. And that, I think that kind of stalled my carb intake a bit later on. So as I started coming back from Twin Lakes, you know, past Lost Canyon through Twin Lakes, it was my pace. I couldn't get my heart rate up. I couldn't get my power up. I mean, my legs were, you know, fatigued after Columbine. And as much as I tried, even for short distances, I would come in and get, you know, 15, 30 seconds at like 200 watts. And then I was, you know, back down to like 150, 160. And my heart rate was low, surprisingly. And I think that might have to do with carb intake. Like, I wasn't fueling my muscles as well as I should have been, but I still have, for that length of race, it's just hard to dial that in for me. And I haven't found the right formula. But I rode through Pipeline, through Outward Bound, and Tara, after she moved over to, after she left Pipeline, she went over to the bottom of Powerline to be there. One of the coolest things actually is my buddy Stuart from Aspen, who has 11 Leadville belt buckles. He came over to visit me on his enduro bike, and he saw me at the bottom of Twin Lakes. I didn't know where I was going to catch up to him, but he saw me at the bottom of Twin Lakes, and from then on, every intersection I was at along the course, he was there cheering me on. Like, he knows the course obviously super well, so he was rolling through, and he would, as soon as I would pass, he rode with me for about 15 minutes, you know, up outside of Twin Lakes, just right alongside me. We were chatting, and then he took off, hit me at every other intersection along the way, and was just being my cheerleader, which really helped. When I got to, I saw him at the bottom of Pipeline, power line with Tara, and they gave me a peanut butter jelly sandwich, new food, new water, everything, got me going. And then, you know, Powerline murdered me. It was another, you know, Brooklyn traffic jam, and it was everybody was walking. I walked almost the entire thing because you just couldn't get around people, and my legs were smoked. I mean, going back up there, I got to the top of the lower section, cleaned most of the rest of Sugarloaf, and then got over Sugarloaf, got down to the bottom where you turn onto Hagerman Pass, and there was Stu again on his bike, on his motorcycle, waiting for me, you know, cheering me on, and then hit me up at the aid station at Carter Summit. And by then, if I could maintain 140 watts of output, you know, and get my heart rate up to 140, I was doing okay. I was just exhausted, and I was getting passed by quite a number of people. Pushed on over there, hit St. Kevin's, you know, rolled down, didn't find anybody. There were like 3 or 4 of us at that point. We were all spread out, nobody to get a pace line going at the bottom of St. Kevin's back. And the same thing with the Boulevard. Rolled up the Boulevard and finished the race. So I rolled in, and my official time, look at my watch, my official time is different from my Garmin time. So I discovered about halfway down Columbine that my Garmin had paused itself for some reason. So I don't know why it paused itself. Either my hydration tube hit the start button, or I bumped it by accident or something. But I think it was paused for about 2 minutes. And I'll throw these official results up. So my official time was 9 hours, or excuse me, I was hoping for sub 10. My time was 10 hours, 36 minutes, and 32 seconds, about 2 minutes faster than my 2021 time. So can't complain. I'm 4 years older, 2 minutes faster. I'll take that as a win. I was told that about 1,800 people started the race, and looks like about 1,300 finished. There's pages of did not finish and probably some dropout, probably some people who didn't even show up for the race. That like a couple hundred never show, from what I've been told. So I was 711 out of 1,300 overall. I was 647 out of 1,136 males, and I was 27th out of 72 over 60 or 60 to 69 finishers. So I'll take it. Got another finisher medal, got another belt buckle to, put on the mantle box or wear out when I'm in Texas. But overall, it was tough. I was super tired and sore last night. My legs are smoked. I roughly thought about just taking my bike out for a quick spin, but my legs are smoked, and I'm ready to go home and clean up my bikes and kind of work on the rest of the day. But my Garmin, let's see, let me share my Garmin results with you too. So the race yesterday, all right. So here are the stats from my Garmin. 102.57 miles, which obviously is a couple miles short of what it actually was. 10 hours and 27 minutes and 18 seconds is what Garmin said. So that's the delta, and it was downhill on Coline. 11,473 feet. I averaged 121 watts. I mean, the end of my race, I was sucking hard at the end of the race. My average speed was 9.8 miles an hour. And let's see, I will tell you that I burned 5,280 calories. I had 11,473 feet of ascent. Total pedal strokes, 39,459. Huge effort. I'll throw the map up to reorient you on the map, and also throw these screenshots up there as well so you can see how I did. But I'm glad it's over. Honestly, I'm just kind of thrilled that the race is over, and I successfully did it. No injuries, no crashes, a couple close calls going down power line on the way out, a little sketchy. No mechanicals. The only thing I did was pull into a neutral aid station along the way and get my chain lubed, because it was so dusty yesterday. It was hard. And then on the way back from Coline, once we hit Lost Creek, well, the wind was howling at the top of Coline. I mean, it was coming from the west. It was ripping. And all along Twin Lakes, all the way to power line, we were getting buffeted by probably a 20 mile an hour west wind. It wasn't a tailwind really anywhere along the way. It was either a side, a crosswind or a cross headwind. But in any case, it's all done and I'm all finished. I survived the race. My original goal from the beginning of this journey was a sub 9 hours, and I would say that even I talked about this last week on the stage race. I knew I wasn't going to make 9 hours this time. Given my work requirements, my age, I think. I mean, there were some, I don't know, I haven't looked to see how many 60-year-olds beat 9 hours, but, it wasn't many. It's a handful, probably top 5, maybe top 4. But I don't know if I could have done more given the training that I was doing. I don't know that I could have gone a whole lot faster. Some things would have made it better, like no traffic on Goat Trail or Power Line. But the day was long. It's hard. I don't care who you are. This race is a hard challenge for everybody. Keegan Swenson did it in 5 hours and 45 minutes. Missed his record by 2 minutes. And even obviously it was hard on him. He was pushing the limits the entire time. We had a record breaker in the women's race as well, which is super cool. And I got to see my buddy Stu and Tara They helped me out, and I'm so appreciative of Tara for giving me the opportunity to take all the time that I took out of our schedule, not traveling, not doing some things because I was training or being on the right diet, not consuming alcohol or anything like that for a few months. And just, I just appreciate her so much for doing that. Can't say enough. And she's out there smiling and always helpful, and couldn't do it without her. But with that, I'm gonna sign off. See what I'll do next year. Remember, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Remember, you keep riding, keep climbing. Leadville Strip Epic Trails are waiting for you, and we'll see you on the next ride.